As many people know, I am a woodworker and a maker. Excuse you. Sorry. Hey, man. Hey everybody, it's Bert out here in St. Croix once again, and yes, it's another gorgeous day. Never get tired of saying that, or do I? Back to what I was saying. As a lot of people do know, I am a woodworker, and I like to make stuff, do some art, handyman work, just various different projects. So this is a series I'm going to start doing. I'll try to do it once a week about the tools that I use and why I use them. Today we're going to be talking about chisels, more specifically the chisels that I have and have used for quite a, probably for the past 8 months or so, are the Buck Brothers chisels that you can buy from Home Depot and various other stores of that nature. Now I will say this, if I had to go over and do it again, would I buy Buck Brothers chisels again? It's kind of hard to say. I don't consider myself a fine woodworker, and I don't have the budget to allow, $80, $90, $100 per chisel, even though that would be a really nice set to have. These are absolutely perfect for what kind of work that I do, and that is mainly just building cabinets and different, furniture. Nothing that I would consider fine furniture by any means, more utilitarian furniture. The ones that I do have, starting with the smallest one, this is a 1/4 inch chisel, and it needed quite a bit of work to get it up to snuff, to get the back flat, to get the bevel angle corrected. Definitely not what I would call a high quality chisel, but once I probably put in a good 45 minutes or so to get everything the way it should be. And to me, that's a little longer than I wanted to spend. But this chisel, this 1/4 inch chisel, is around the $10 mark. So you can kind of see, it's not a Lee Valley or Veritas chisel, or it's not a Lee Nielsen, or not even close to the custom Blue Spruce chisels and whatnot. But for what I do and what little I do with chisels, it's been a really good chisel. I was able to get this thing razor sharp with no problems whatsoever, and I might do a video on that one day. But I've been using the sandpaper method and stropping at the end, and that's pretty much how I get mine. The bevel angle is a 25 degree with a 2 degree micro bevel, and that is by far the only bevel angle that I would probably use on chisels like these. It cuts really good, it cuts smooth, and the edge actually lasts quite a long time. I initially did these one time when I first got them, and I think I've stropped them maybe 3 or 4 times. Again, I'm not a fine woodworker and I don't use these all the time, but when I do use them, I want them to stay sharp and be sharp, and so far they have not let me down one time. So the next one is a Buck Brothers 1/2 inch, and it's been a great chisel. This one only took about 20 minutes to get the back flat and to get the primary bevel on. Again, this is also a 25 degree with a 2 degree micro bevel in there. The 27 degrees is just a great cutting angle for all sorts of woods and applications. Now, if you have noticed on the chisels where the plastic, they come with plastic guards on there, where the plastic guard stops and the chisel has been open, I did not know at the time, but you have to keep these oiled or put paste wax on them or some kind of finish. So that's why you can see the discoloration. So basically I just went out there, Scotch-Brited everything, polished everything back up to make them look like new, Not a really big deal because the pitting, you can barely feel the pitting because I polished them. But other than that, really, really good chisel. I use this when I made my mallet. The mallet video that I did several months back, and it did great. I went through that entire hammer, and that was oak and mahogany, didn't have to sharpen it at all. After that, I have stropped it a few times, and it's been amazing. The next chisel I have is an old chisel that I got from a lady. I bought a bunch of tools from her, a bunch of Aru tools, a bunch of Aru rasps and rifflers, and some carving gouges, and I'll make a video on that because those are some really, really special tools. But this was in that set also. This is from a company. I've done a little bit of research. Basically, just Googled it. People say research, I mean Google. And this is from a company called Shapleigh, and this is the DE series. The DE stands for Diamond Edge. And basically, I just went in there and I had to do a lot of work to this because it was really rough. The bevel, or the angle was like 20 degrees. It was way too shallow. Whoever owned it didn't know what they were doing. But I got in there, flattened the back. I flattened quite a bit of the back. A lot of it was pretty rough. I mean, this thing was pretty pitted when I got it. But I will tell you right now, if you can find old steel chisels like this and work on them and get them sharp and flat, and this is by far my favorite chisel so far compared to the Buck Brothers. I got this to a 25-degree bevel, and also did the micro bevel, which you can see it pretty well in a certain amount of light. You know, it's kind of tricky to get on camera. But in the handle, I got from, I don't even remember where I got it from. It was in some tools that she had also. I just took this piece of wood and kind of carved it down and got it even and level. And I love this chisel. It's a really, really good chisel. And this thing cuts like a dream. From on the research that I did, this is somewhere around the 1900s, 1910s. So this is a very old chisel, but still a good one. And if you're one of those people that's watching this, and you get mad that people restore old tools, I don't care. I don't care what you think. I don't buy tools to collect and sit on a wall. I think that's silly. I buy tools to use and make stuff with. So if you're unhappy with the fact that I had to polish this up and get it all clean, I don't care. The next chisel I have is the 1-inch. This is a 3/4 inch, by the way, 3/4 inch. So I went quarter, half, 3/4 for obvious reasons. The next one I have is the Buck Brothers 1-inch, and this one took all of about 15 to 20 minutes to get flat. It did have a slight hollow in the middle, which is perfect because you don't need to buff that out. You just get everything mirror polished on the back and make sure everything was 90 degrees and everything was perfect. Primary bevel of 25 degrees. This one took no time at all. I was quite amazed how fast this one got sharp, and it is razor sharp. I think I'm going to show you. This is just a piece of paper, obviously, and just look how good this one cut. And I also did a 2-degree micro bevel on this one. Let's check it out. I mean, that's a crystal clear cut. I mean, that's pretty amazing. And all these chisels, the Buck Brothers chisels, are anywhere from $10 to $15. And you can buy sets for a little bit cheaper. But I mean, that's pretty phenomenal to me that it can just cut that clean with no problem whatsoever. So I like this chisel a lot, and I use this one quite a bit. The next one on the lot is the Buck Brothers 1.5-inch chisel. It's really good if you're using this for hinge mortises for doors because it is so wide you don't have to chop near as much. And this one took a little bit longer. This one took around 30 minutes. And it does have a hollow in the middle, which is perfectly fine, totally acceptable. You just polish as much as you can across the front. I usually polish about 1 inch all the way back around the back. This one also has a 25-degree micro bevel, or 25-degree primary, with that 2-degree micro for a 27-degree on the front. And this one as well is razor sharp, and it has stayed pretty razor sharp also. So I mean, I know y'all won't be able to tell, but that's a pretty clean cut. You just right through with no problem. And I haven't stropped or sharpened these in a minute, so really good blade, and I like it a lot. And the last chisel we're going to look at is the Buck Brothers. Also, this is the 2-inch. This is the big one. Not everybody's going to need a 2-inch. I bought it just to kind of have a set, and I've just recently purchased this one, and you can see on the back it was no problem at all to get this thing mirror polish on the back, and same with the front. I did a 25-degree primary bevel with a 2-degree micro bevel, and I've already used this on some ingrain pine, and it cut like a dream. I was really surprised how clean, and it just gives that nice polish that you can't get with a lot of chisels if you don't work on them. This one took a total of about 20 minutes or so to get everything sharp and ready to go. So we can see how sharp this one is. I mean, just razor sharp, no issues whatsoever. The sharpening method I use is sandpaper, and I use the Veritas Mark II bevel gauge. That was not in the budget when I first got that one, but I was surprised when my mom sent that to me. So thank you, Mom, so much, and I'm really putting that thing to its paces, and it's working amazing. And if people want to see that process, just let me know. I will tell you, I do have diamond stones on the way. I got these on Amazon, an ultra sharp set. I've heard a lot of really good reviews, and I'm really excited to get those and use and see how good they do. I'll be using those in combination with a strop, which I strop with just a big piece of mahogany and put some stropping compound on there and buff it and get that mirror polish, which that's what you want. You want it to be so polished that you can see yourself in it. So great chisel. Now this one, I will say, this one did not come with the guard, which is fine. I'm gonna build like a little box to put these in, just so they don't rust. I was kind of sad that they rusted so easy, but it was my fault. It's not even his fault at all. So anyway, this is Burr from St. Croix signing out. I hope you liked that little review. I will have more videos of my tools and why I chose them coming out soon. Hoping to do maybe one a week or so. But until then, if you have any questions or comments or whatever you'd like to do, please send them to me. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.